I am back at the scene of the crime. The crime was I got my friend's mini hose stuck really, really bad. And this is where I had attempted to make a road to get out on that I didn't ever use. But I think this is a natural drainage, and I think this goes out to the power lines. So I am going to go chop my way through there and kind of check it out. If it's a natural drainage, this could be the third drainage area from a big area in the middle that needs all the help it can get. So I got my machete, I got a saw, I got a chainsaw. I'm gonna try to get right through here. I think this is really, really low. I'll let you know soon. Oh yeah, man, this is like a medieval swamp back here. I bet nobody's been back here in decades, although this was logged at one time because it shows up on Google Earth. This is very cool and very low, and will definitely accept some drainage water. I'm gonna keep walking. This is kind of cool. So I'm walking the power lines. Came through the woods. This is definitely gonna be a good drainage opportunity. And I found a ditch that shows up on some of the Google Earth shots, but I don't understand the water's going the wrong way. I've always assumed the water would be going to the right to the Tangipahoa River, but it's going to the left. So there's a piece of the puzzle here that I don't understand. I don't think I'm going to be able to walk through this stuff. I think it's going to be over my little short boots. So I am standing probably 3 feet higher than the power line servitude. And I had to go down about 3 feet from the trail where my lawnmower's parked. So we got some good stuff here. This is just gorgeous. I had no idea this was here. I mean, I kind of knew it was here. I didn't realize the trees were so big. Okay, so this is a go. I'm gonna cut a ditch to drain into the hole. I got the track hose stuck. I'm not gonna dig on this side of the hole because it will just be too, because I don't need to, because this drains already, or this is low already. So I just need to get the water to here from my open area. Yeah, this is cool. I gotta find my way out of here. Okay, made it back. From the scene of the crime, there's a natural little swale that goes to the trail that I made my escape route on. And I have a culvert over there, so let's drive around the corner and take a look at that. This is so challenging to make clear, but a year ago I was cutting a just for fun trail. That would be the red one with David's track hoe. And at the X, I got terribly stuck. After I got out, I did not want to go back the way I came in, so I made a little loop. That would be the yellow. So none of this is to scale, and it's probably not even in the right location. But anyway, I got back to the road, and a few days later, when I got my courage back up, I went back down the red trail. I jumped to the yellow loop, crossing that little ditch, and I went on to make the green trail. And it turned out to be a pretty good trail, and I wanted it to be for everybody to use, so I dropped a white culvert where the yellow trail crosses the low part. That's that blue swale. And so now we have a good trail, and it crosses the low spot, and now I'm going back to investigate the low spot to see if maybe it might be a good drainage option. So I dropped this little pipe in this low spot, mostly to cross the soft spot, but it looks like there's enough water washing through here to keep that kind of clean. And some of it's washed underneath here, so this is encouraging. So I want to go due east, which is pretty much toward the sun. I want to chop my way through here by hand before I get the machine to kind of see which way I want to go. This is going to be pleasant. So I hacked my way through the jungle. Wasn't terrible. The first part was kind of slow, but after that I got on some deer trails, and I came out right here. But I'm closer to the cross trail than I want to be, because I think I can make all this drain back to the cross trail. So I went back in the woods and took a right at some point. And I came out over here, which is exactly where I wanted to come out. I got it marked with a stick. So I'm gonna take you for a walk. Hope we got enough batteries. So pretty much everybody is familiar with Google Earth. But did you know that if you click on the icons on Google Earth that looks like an alarm clock. You can go backwards in time and open any of the prior photos that they've ever taken, and that's how I figured out that the hardwood part of the property was logged and roughly when it was. They don't have a photo every year, but you got to go by what they got, and that's how we figured out when the pine trees were logged. So it's kind of interesting, and maybe you knew it and maybe didn't, but I didn't for a while. And my son, who's way more computer literate than I am, he didn't know, so I got to teach him something. That was awesome.
I don't think I'm on the trail anymore. But I can't be too far off, can I? Okay, yeah, I'm back on the trail. Not much of a trail, just something to guide me. If you get in here with the machine and you get turned around so bad so quick. So when I came through here, I chopped all the little branches off the pine trees with the machete, and that's the main way I can tell where I am. Also chopped whatever branches I could chop just so I could find my way out of here. And I said, yeah, this is kind of a deer trail, so this was pretty easy going. There's deer trails everywhere. I'm sure I'm pissing them off by ruining them. They may be leaving for a while, but they'll come back because we have the nicest spot within miles around here. We got a nice combination. Uh-oh, which way? We have a nice combination of green, water, little baby trees for them to hide in. Yeah, they'll be back. Maybe saying bad things about me. They'll be back. Just got an Amber Alert. Somebody's child is missing. I feel for him, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it where I am. Okay, at some point, I took a left and went through the thick stuff. And I don't want to miss my turn. See, this doesn't look familiar at all. If I missed it, I think I might have missed it. Yep, I sure did. This was where it was slow, because this was all vines, no trail. And they all want my blood. A few of them got it. Uh-oh, I'm lost again. This way. This is kind of low. Now, this is a little low, so this is encouraging. This is what we want. I'm gonna put the ditches in naturally low spots. I'm dragging a big blackberry vine behind me, but I don't want to let go of the camera. Okay, so this is the first time I scoped out a trail. No, that's not true. Here we are. Look at this thing. He's been following me for the last 100 yards.
So I walked a path, kind of chopped my way, trying to establish which way I wanted to go. And then I walked it again with the camera. And now I'm going to walk it with the mini hoe and kind of flatten it out a little bit so I can have a little better access in case I want to shoot grades with the instrument or just kind of get a feel for it. I got to decide whether I'm going to make a regular trail like I've done all the other ones with a ditch next to it, or if I'm just going to dig a ditch, or if I don't need to do anything, or if maybe I just need to take out a bump. But I think the first step would be just to walk the track over in there. I try not to take out trees. It's not my intention, but I'll always dig up a tallow tree or a popcorn tree. They're invasive. I don't really like them. They will take over the universe if they're not stopped. So I go out of my way to dig those up. And then if it gets real thick and I have to dig up something, if there's a lot of pines, and just one or two other things, I'll take out a pine. If there's a lot of gumball trees and a couple of pines, I'll take out the gumball tree. Or there's some little bushy things that grow, and I don't know what they're called. I always take those out. And I'll work my way down the trail. And I've got some decisions to make when I get to the end. So I finally joined the rest of the YouTube equipment operator video guys and got a magnetic mount for my little wannabe GoPro. Probably could have had it a little bit maybe to the right, would have got a better view, but anyway, I got it and it works, and it's trouble free. I got to get off and find my trail, otherwise I won't come out in that valley. Well, after stumbling around a little while, I found the trail that goes to the culvert, but I lost my track hoe. It's big and it's kind of reddish. It shouldn't be too hard to find, but I don't see it. I don't know which way to go, except go back out to the road, which is what I had to do to find the trail. It's in here somewhere. The track hoe leaves a better trail than I do. Couldn't have been too far off, but I couldn't see the thing. But I finally got wise. There it is. I put a pin on my Google Maps, so it should help me head in the right direction. I tell you what, though, searching around with shorts and tennis shoes is not nearly as pleasant as this morning when I had on long pants and boots. Okay, so once again, well, not once again, this is the first time. I scouted ahead and I need to go that way and then turn right, but instead I'm going to try to cut the corner, try to straighten this road out a little bit, and I think I won't have any problem finding the trail again because it's on sort of like a clearing before the hardwoods. So start this baby up and try some more. Here we are, the hard part. I say the hard part, but it's not hard. I'm not working hard. It wasn't too hot. The machine's not really working hard. I never run it over half throttle. It's just very slow. When you get up in here, it's easy to dig up a tree, but then there's nowhere to put it. Especially these Chinese tallow trees, or their nickname popcorn trees. They were brought to this country from, guess where? Yep, China. And they grow faster and spread faster and will dominate a forest in the south if they're left alone. So I dig them up and they'll come back because they come back from their roots. So it's only a temporary measure. The only really way to get them is to cut them in the fall and put poison on a stump, which I've done a bunch of. And I'll probably continue to do that as long as we own this property. But yeah, it's just slow go. You got vines, you got a lot of thorns, and they'll come in the cab with you if you're not careful. But I have been going out of my way to dig up the popcorn trees, and then they're not long and spindly like the pine trees. They kind of have branches and they branch out, and they're hard to get off out of your way when you get in these little tight areas. Just gotta take your time, go 1 foot at a time, and eventually I will get where I want to go. And if you've been watching my videos, you remember I got into a ground hornet's nest a while back while I was using the track hoe. And I don't think about that every second when I'm up in these tight areas, because I can barely get out of the cab sometimes. I would get hammered if I dug up another hornet's nest, but I don't know how to scout out ahead of time. I'm very aware of anything moving. I'm jumpy. A leaf hits me on the back of the neck and I jump, or I see a bug flying, I jump. Yeah, the hornets have taken away some of my relaxation with working on the mini hoe. Alright, I'm just going to roll here with Draco mini hoe work time. If you get bored, just skip 10 minutes ahead. I'm going to let it go for 10 minutes here. See that little bright spot ahead? We're almost through, almost there. Right, you see that white pipe? That's what we were heading for. So man, I don't know about making a ditch all the way back, but I think I will clear this trail through this last 100 yards because this has a great slope to it. And at least if the water gets to the top of this trail, at least it'll come this way. And I have dug up a whole bunch of Chinese tallow trees or popcorn trees, and there's a whole bunch more. It's like a little swarm of them in here. So, all right, turn this camera off. Well, turn that camera off too, and back on out of here and kind of clean up my mess. Okay, further clarification. This is the original loop trail. I'm gonna call it the first loop trail. It's a Strava recorded in a running app, so this is to scale. That red line is a cross ditch that I recently dug just to connect the two sides. Both sides now have ditches, and I just thought it was a good thing to do. The green is where I just came out of the woods, and I said I'm too close to the cross trail. I'm not getting my bang for the buck. So I went back in the woods, took a turn, and came out at the purple. So that's it for this trail that I just cut or just kind of cleared. Now I'd like to make some clarifications on the rest of the loop trail. So reach A, I'm going back to core terms now. I've divided the trail up into different reaches. Reach A, I improved 6-8 months ago by just digging a shallow ditch and putting the dirt on a trail, and it is in awesome condition. It's a little bumpy, but it's super dry and super hard. Reach B and most of reach C drain steadily to the bottom of the page. That would be directly to the south. So reach B, I dug a ditch on the east side all the way and built the trail up, and now it is in a really good shape. However, I've started to block some of the water that wanted to come from the west to the east, so I'm going to have to put some little cross pipes across that trail. Reach C also goes downhill until it doesn't anymore. So up to about the purple trail, I dug a ditch and it's draining backwards. It's draining uphill back to the red ditch, but it's so flat it's not very much. So I dug a deep ditch next to reach C, and it's going to drain back to the red line up to about the purple mark, and now I got to decide and do something different. So now I'm in reach C, getting close to reach D, and this is where the grade changes and C starts going uphill a lot. So I don't think I can continue draining backwards from this point. But that's contrary to the topography. The natural topography has it draining this way, but reach C is high, it goes uphill, so I don't know where the water dumps off, if it even does. Maybe it just sits here. So I've got on my long sleeve pants and my long sleeve sneakers. I got a machete and I got some pink marking tape, and I'm going to try to walk through here and find out. I want to end up right at the canyon. I want to dig a ditch from here to the canyon. So I don't know where. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a crapshoot, but I bought some pink flagging tape, so maybe I won't get lost quite so bad. Am I good or what? See those last two pink flags? That's where I'm coming from. And when I got out to the opening here, look where my pipe is. It's 100% where I wanted to be. Sweet. I'm gonna go get the track hoe. I'm gonna start digging a ditch through here. And at some point this summer, it'll be dry enough I can come salvage my little dirt piles and use them for something. Yeah, it's awesome. Pretty short too. It's a short little shortcut. Cutting these corners and digging this straight ditch is gonna be good. So all I did was walk this yellow line to bypass this end of C where it gets high up into the pine trees. All right, this is as far as I got Monday afternoon before I packed up and went home. I think I'm about halfway. I'm gonna keep going. This is Thursday morning. Now where I have room to throw the dirt to the side, this goes pretty fast. But when I get up into a bunch of trees and I have to double handle it or triple handle it because I don't want to knock the trees down, it slows down to a crawl. But it's just the way it is. So we'll start digging again. I'm really glad I chose to put this ditch through here. You see how open it is? There's no trees to speak of. This is super wet, and this little ditch is going to allow it to drain probably 15 to 20 feet on each side of the ditch. It'll gradually dry out, and if I come in here next year or later on this year or this summer and dig lots of little ditches leading into these big ditches, man, we're going to make some big difference. Now it's going to be years before it really shows up, but yeah, trees are pretty patient. We're going to make some big improvements. This is super wet. This is the kind of ground where I'm having to sometimes push with the bucket in order to track, because my tracks are sinking. I don't want to spin them and dig deep, especially on a turn. Just doesn't want to turn because this stuff's so soft. And if you remember the stuff on the west side of the road, and didn't have any trouble at all. That was all hard as a rock. So the chances of me getting this low area to drain across that high area to that little spot where I got David's track hoe stuck are looking pretty slim. I don't think it'll be reasonable to get the water across there. That land might be 2 or 3 feet higher than this land. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll shoot it with an instrument, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to work. Got a little bit of a conundrum. I'm almost dug back to reach C, and I was wanting to use the dirt between where I am now and the trail and carry it with the tractor to the south, because except for this first 10 or 15 feet, I don't really need to dig a ditch because it's held up really well all winter. I think if I put 3 or 4 more inches of dirt on top of it, I'll be great forever. But the tractor will not get through here. It bogs down. It's as far as I got over there. See the green tractor? And this needs to a ditch from where the tractor is to here. So I think I'll make the ditch come through here and then cut the corner and tie into the big ditch I'm digging right now, and take all the dirt and pile it right here, right next to the trail. So I won't have a ditch here. The ditch will be over here. It'll be a little short ditch over here. And I have a big old pile of dirt right here, and it's gonna take me forever because I'm gonna have to double handle it, triple handle it. But then when it does dry out a little bit and the tractor can get its way through here, I can put the finishing touches on this trail. This is the only bad spot we have left on the whole 3/4 of a mile loop, or however long it is. It's pretty bad over there. All right, let me get to digging again. Well, I'm going to be here for a while. I got a lot of dirt to handle. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for watching. Hope you don't mind a little tractor work video. If you're not into tractor work, this probably wasn't much of a video for you to watch. But who knows, next time might be something different. All right, thanks for watching.